Guys, it is time to get started with happy hour. Hold the band around my neck. Guys, it is the end of hump day. It is time to start happy hour. Let's do this. Get something in your glass. It's time to celebrate. Drop in the comments. Let us know where you are and what you're drinking. Woo! Y'all remember this awesome NSYNC song? Because I was a little bit obsessed. I even memorized the dance moves. This must be pop. Guys, it's Wednesday, May the 6th, and it is over. It's time for happy hour. So grab something in your glass. Let us know in the comments where you are, what you're drinking. We want to hear from you. Let's say hi to a few folks that are already in the room. Tiffany, what is up? Ann in Canyon Lake. Bill and Monica ready to go from Lake Jackson. Good to see you. Jeffrey in Kerrville with a pint and plow lager. Guys, it is a beer day. I don't know. I'm drinking wine, but I will probably be drinking beer later. It's warm. It's sunny. I'm in the mood for some beer. Jerry Lynn drinking ice water in Fredericksburg. What is up, Tiffany? You get the collaboration wine tomorrow at HEB. Love it. Dirk and Tina and Albert drinking G&Ts. Elise, what's up in Canyon Lake? Drinking Chablis. Alta, happy Wednesday. Cheers, guys. Guys, Wednesday's over. Hump day is over, and it's time to celebrate some happy hour. This is where the solo happens, and we did the cool dance. Yes, I was a fish camp counselor. Yes, we performed this at fish camp for the incoming freshmen. Yes, it was just a bunch of guys, and yes, we all took our shirts off at the end because apparently that's what you do when you're a sophomore guy in front of a bunch of freshman girls. Not sorry, it was a lot of fun, and I don't remember the moves, so don't ask. Paul, good to see you. I love it. Evelyn, Nancy in New Braunfels. Guys, happy hour. Woo! Week 7. We made it past the midpoint of the week. It is all downhill from here. Still waiting for a few more folks to get in here. Oh my gosh, this wine tasting good. Woo! Lewis Newsom Syrah in Wimberley. I love that. Woo! Sherry, what is up from Lago Vista? Drinking Trebbiano from Lacey Vineyards. I love that. Carol, howdy from Brian. Drinking some Sauv Blanc. I love it. Guys, we got a very special guest today. I can't wait for y'all to meet him. We're actually going to wait till the wine nerd section to introduce you. That's okay. All right. It's time for us to get started with happy hour. It is 5:02, almost 3. So Alexa off. We got to, have my assistant turn off the DJ music so we can jump in and get started. Y'all continue to drop into the comments. We want to know who you are, where you are, what you're drinking. Howdy from Pahrump, Nevada, Nancy. I've never heard of Pahrump, and am I even saying that right? I love it. You might be our first Nevada viewer that I've noticed. So what is up from Pahrump, Nevada? Love it. Cheers to you. Let's talk about this wine, guys. Woo! It is lemony goodness. Okay, so what is D drinking today? I am drinking Vermentino from Mandola Vineyard in the Texas Hill Country. And the vintage is 2018. Okay, so Vermentino has a tendency to show pretty good minerality, maybe a little bit of lemon and peach, sometimes a little bit of almond. This definitely saw some oak. It's got almost this like sweetness to it on the nose that tells me this was likely oaked. Oh, man. Y'all don't miss out on slurping your wine. Remember, you're missing out on probably about 50 or 60% of the flavor profile of a wine if you're not getting air through that and getting those molecules up into your nasal cavity. Don't miss out on the slurp. Yes, you can do the de-slurp. There are other ways to do it. Just get some oxygen in there. Breathe the wine. Don't breathe in the wine. We don't want you to, drown on wine. This for sure carries through to the palate. I think it takes on some citrus, maybe a little bit of little tiny bit of almost like orange peel here, but definitely has like a slight vanilla, maybe almost like a custard to it. And this wine did see 9 months in 20% new French oak. So it makes sense. It's got a little bit of that oak profile. So the way that white wines change, they go through malolactic conversion. They sometimes take on this kind of yogurty, creamy, sometimes a little bit vanilla character to the wine. And this for sure has it. But here's the thing. It's not over the top. This is not California Chardonnay like oak. This is still good, but I'd say medium plus acidity. So it balances out that kind of creaminess. So not heavy. I would still call this like medium bodied white wine. Definitely a little more complexity and weight than something like a Trebbiano would have or a Picpoul. But this wine is not a full-bodied white wine. This is for me more like medium plus bodied. Great, guys. This would go so great with the other white meat, with pork tenderloin, with fennel. This interesting thing about Vermentino, it tends to highlight some of those green herbs in a dish. So go pork tenderloin with some fennel, maybe. And I don't go there often. And so if the William Chris fam is watching or listening out there, they know this about me. I don't do seafood very often. I don't do a ton of fish. But I've had some killer pan-fried trout before. And I think that right here, this wine, Vermentino and pan-fried trout would be very nice. So take advantage of that. Oh, man. I definitely want to shout this out. Paul Bova Sr. from Las Vegas is in the room for the first time. We know that the Bovas have been joining us from Florida quite frequently, so it's good to see the man, the myth, the legend, Paul Bova Sr. in Las Vegas joining us. So welcome to Happy Hour. Your son and daughter-in-law have been regulars, and we're very thankful to have them. So welcome to the party. Hope it is the first of many happy hours spent with us. Everybody tell Paul Sr. what is up in the comments. Kelsey, good to see you. Sarah, who else is in here? I haven't said hi. Judy, margarita leftovers from Cinco. That's the way to go. Guys, I put my leftover chicken meat on a flatbread pita today and made like this kind of Mediterranean, maybe you might even call it Asian influence, kind of in the oven flatbread. Oh my God, it was blow your mind good. Put some I can't even remember how to say gochujang. It's like a fermented chili sauce. Whew. Guys, that would also go really good with this Vermentino, not going to lie. So leftovers from Cinco, that's the way to go. I love it. Terry, good to see you as well. Okay, guys, it is time for me to introduce you to a really good friend of mine. This person is an advanced sommelier living here in Austin. Extensive experience in the wine industry. And so without further ado, let me introduce you to Weinelson. Weinelson, welcome to the show. I think you're in Austin, right? In Austin, and you're drinking, looks like some whiskey. Two or three fingers of some very nice brown concoction there. Oh, it's bourbon. Okay, got it. Guys, welcome to the show, Weinelson McBottle. He has extensive experience. Let's see if I can get his biography right. So, okay, so conceived in a glass factory in France. Wow, quite a way to get a start there on life, buddy. Okay. I don't know what your parents were doing in that glass factory, but good on them. And so you eventually made your way working in a chateau in the Loire Valley. Okay. In Chinon. Okay, that's some good Cab Franc. Okay. So extensive experience working in the cellar with Cabernet Franc. Okay, and you made it to Central Texas where we met. Yep. Yes, I know. We spent some very good times together. Memorable nights in quarantine, no doubt. Yes, I do remember that. No, I don't want to repeat it in front of folks. Appreciate it if you wouldn't. Okay, so guys, Weinelson McBottle here. He has extensive knowledge of a very special grape. It is White Wine Wednesday. I'm going to start doing this more often. So if you want to join me, we are going to be drinking and talking about white wine on Wednesdays for most of the time. So I'm drinking Vermentino, but Weinelson is here to talk to us about a grape that you might understand. Nope, you won't understand it. It's probably a grape you've never heard of before. So we are actually going to be talking about a grape called Aligoté. He wanted to talk about one of his lesser-known buddies from France. So, he spent a lot of time with Cab Franc in the Loire Valley. That is not where Aligoté is from. So I want you guys, as we are chatting about Aligoté today, to put your questions in the comments. And so Aligoté is, number one, you need to know, well, I guess I'll let Weinelson tell you this. Yes, it is a white grape variety that used to flourish in Burgundy. And that was prior to phylloxera, right? Yep. Okay, so Pinot Noir and Chardonnay are the superstars of Burgundy. Aligoté takes on the backseat role. It's kind of like pork is to chicken, okay? Aligoté is to Chardonnay as pork is to chicken. It is the other white grape of Burgundy. And unfortunately, after phylloxera came and wiped out a lot of vines, when they went to replant, they gave all the best sites to Chardonnay. They could make more money with it. They kind of fell in love with the grape. It's part of the story of Burgundy. And so, Aligoté kind of took the back seat. It continued to be made, but it was made in this very thin style. However, there are many old school Burgundy winemakers who were like, you know what? This is a huge part of the story of our region. We are not going to give it up. We are going to continue to grow Aligoté. And even some of them have continued to save some of the best sites that would be planted to Chardonnay otherwise and be asking for, guys, we're talking about like $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 bottles of wine of Chardonnay. That Aligoté, if it's grown on those same sites, they can't ask for that kind of money because there is no demand for the grape Aligoté. So it's pretty amazing that they have captured that tradition. Yes, Chardonnay was a bully, Lisa. Chardonnay and Pinot Noir kind of like elbowed everybody else out, and they were like, we're going to be the stars. Look at us. And Aligoté, guys, is the son or daughter. It is the offspring. Wait for this. This is an important fact. Pinot Noir and Gouis Blanc. Okay, you probably have not heard of Gouis Blanc, but it is the parent grape of a lot of grapes we know. So I'll put this up in the chat. Yes, Weinelson, I know I'm not pronouncing the French term correctly. Do not go there. Pinot Noir and Gouis Blanc are the parents of Aligoté. Yes, $1,000 to $5,000 for a bottle of Chardonnay, guys. This is considered the best Chardonnay in the world. Burgundy is pretty much exclusively Pinot Noir and Chardonnay because they can ask for so much for these bottles. Okay, but Aligoté is still behind the scenes here. So you're probably thinking to yourself, what's it like? Why would I want to drink this? So let's talk about the profile. Lightly floral, a little bit of white flowers, lemon, a little bit of apple. And here's the key. The good versions have this really amazing kind of flinty minerality. So I'm not going to ask you if you've licked rocks. I know a lot of Psalms love to do that. Have you ever licked a rock, bro? And I'm like, no, I don't go around licking rocks. Yes, you probably smelled like wet rock before, like a hot, wet rock right after a rainstorm. There is a very particular kind of flinty minerality to Aligoté. That with a little bit of floral dynamic and citrus, along with, and wait for it, and this is why you should be drinking it right now, the acidity is through the roof. So we have high acid, grown by some of the best winemakers in the world who typically get thousands of dollars for each bottle they make. And you have this incredible minerality and high acid that make us want to crush it in hot weather. So you guys know we do hot weather, right? Yes, I know, Weinelson. It's a lot hotter here than in France. You're welcome. Okay, so Let's talk about a few other things before we finish the wine nerd section. One, it's age worthy. Just like the white burgundies made from Chardonnay, Aligoté is age worthy too. Acid is a natural preservative in wine. So if it's high in acidity, like Aligoté is, it can age. It kind of gets this honeyed character if it ages. But most of us, we're not going to wait. We're going to buy Aligoté at the store or a wine shop, and we're going to drink it. And why do we want to drink it right now? Warm weather is the same reason we crave lemonade and limeade. We talked about this with the rosé yesterday. You want high acid. It makes you salivate. Speaking of, cheers, guys. Let's have another drink. It's refreshing. It makes you want to go back for more and kind of cleans your palate. It doesn't cling. It's not heavy. Food-wise, this is where I get excited, and I'm going to be cooking this tonight because I've been craving it. Pasta with pesto sauce, light salads, and then again, if you want to go on the fish side, this goes really. Aligoté is a great wine for light-fleshed or white-fleshed fish or clam-based pasta sauces. Okay, so don't forget that Aligoté is going to be your next white wine that you didn't know about. Let's see if we have any questions. You guys are just like agreeing with me. I love it. Yes, we talked about the expensive Chardonnay. Too rich for my blood. Guys, bottles of Aligoté are going for like $20 to $30. Okay, so this is not... So, okay, Lisa had a good question here. I said honey character. So to clarify here, the honey character only comes out, it's kind of more like honeyed rather than honey. You get some of these richer notes with age. And no, good question, Lisa, it is not sweet. These wines are completely dry. When I say honeyed, I mean the flavor that you get from honeyed things like honey and other things that you can put honey on, or honeyed fruit. I don't know how else to describe it. It's almost like a richness that will come out with age, because with age, it oxidizes like a lot of white wines do. Okay, so good question on that. No sugar in these wines. These are crisp, acid-driven, citrus, and a little bit floral, mineral, capital M mineral on these wines. And you want to go get Aligoté for that reason, okay? Do you recommend an Aligoté wine? Absolutely. Like, go find it at your store, $20 to $30, depending on who the producer is, how old it is, where you're shopping. Lisa says, are we going to plant it? I would love for us to plant it. I'm not quite sure if our climate is well suited for it. I know they're growing it in Oregon and Washington and Canada, as well as in Eastern Europe. So you're probably seeing more like cool, cold climate areas. Burgundy, guys, is continental and is much cooler than we are, and typically that's why they grow Chardonnay and Pinot Noir there. Those wines maintain high acidity. If we were going to grow it, it would likely be grown in the high plains, but probably not best suited for Texas. So I'm going to say Pacific Northwest and Canada if you're looking for domestic examples of Aligoté. Yes. Kelly says, where can we buy a bottle? Guys, ask your wine shop, your local independent wine shop, or your H-E-B wine steward if you shop at H-E-B. These wines are not very popular because people don't know about Aligoté. But it's not like they're these like unicorn wines. It's not like they're $2,000 bottle. There's only 10 cases of them. Like, Aligoté is still fairly well produced, largely produced, by the producers who have stuck with it. If a producer stuck with it, they're still growing a fair amount of it. And it does get to the US. So if you're in Austin, I would check maybe Austin Wine Merchant, talk to your H-E-B wine steward. Guys, always talk to your H-E-B wine steward. They're great people. They're huge advocates for our wine and wines in general. They're very knowledgeable, and they can normally get you stuff if they don't already have it in the store. Great question here from Bill. Is Aligoté typically oaked? No. Not typically. Typically, if they're going to oak it, they're going to use neutral oak. And you wine nerds know neutral oak does not impart a ton of flavor. Okay. Typically, this is going to be more stainless steel. However, in Burgundy, oaking wines, especially white wines, is very popular. And so if a producer already spends a lot of time oaking their Chardonnays, which many of them do, they might also oak some of their Aligotés, but typically not a lot of new oak. It will be typically neutral oak. So maybe, Bill, a better answer is like 50-50. Some folks like it clean and focused and refreshing because that's what Aligoté does well. And so they keep it in stainless steel. A few of them who are used to oaking their whites will continue also to oak their Aligoté, but usually with neutral oak. Okay. And Jeff, you are a man after my own heart. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Brillat Savarin, guys, favorite triple cream cheese from France. I know my boy over here, McBottle, Weinelson McBottle. He knows what's up with the Brillat Savarin as well as drinking, bourbon from an A&M glass. That is a great cheese pairing. Anytime you get that acid to cut through all that richness and fat of the triple cream brie, that is a brilliant choice for wine. I am going to answer this. Lisa, great question. Again, not familiar with it. Can you make a comparison to, say, Mary Ruth? Mary Ruth is going to have more floral character, not quite as high acidity. And to me, Mary Ruth, especially like this year and last year, is a little more melon-driven than it is citrus-driven. So the Malvasia that goes into Mary Ruth for us carries floral notes, as well as the Blanc de Bois carries floral notes. The floral notes in an Aligoté are much lighter and restrained. And it's a little more citrus and mineral being like the big focus, as well as the acid. So even more acid than Mary Ruth, more mineral than Mary Ruth, and maybe less floral. Not to say Mary Ruth isn't good, because I crush that all the time, especially the last two vintages. It's just a different wine. But I appreciate you trying to give a reference point here. Okay, guys. That's all from our friend McBottle over here. He's been kind of quiet, maybe a pretty lame guest, but he's been keeping me company. So let's give it up for Weinelson. Thank you for joining us, Weinelson McBottle. It's been good hanging with you today. Thanks for teaching us about Aligoté, and we will see you later, sir. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers indeed. All right, guys, it is time for your quiz question. We haven't had one of these in a while. Let's drop into the comments while we all take a drink and get ready to finish out with a little game of What Do You Say? Guys, quiz question of the day. Which of the following is true about Aligoté? Originally from Burgundy, France, high in acidity, Pinot Noir is one of its parents, or D, all of the above? Let's all get another drink while you guys drop it in the comments to answer the quiz question of the day. Cheers. Man, this Vermentino is opening up really nicely. Acid's more expressive, more lemon driven. For me, it's now like more lemon curd. Wow, this Vermentino is kicking. I did not expect that. Guys, you know how much I love seeing all of you write D in the comments. Yes, for those of you who didn't remember the trick here, most of the time the correct answer is D. All three of these things are true. Trace, get out of here with your E answer. Guys, you're killing it on the Wine Nerd section. Yes, and it's true. I do enjoy seeing my name over and over again. Leah, Weinelson cheersing us out today. Of course, that's what all the special guests get to do. We're going to bring him back up. Don't you worry. Okay, guys, it is time for a game of What Do You Say? This is this week's new game. So if you haven't been with us this week yet, we have 3 rounds of What Do You Say? It's like other games that we won't name for copyright infringement purposes. I'm going to put some gibberish up on the comments, and you are going to try and tell me what phrase this actually translates to when you say it out loud. All right, round 1 coming up. Let's see who can get it first. Round 1 is in the comments, guys. What do you say? What do you say? Right. Doubt these dorm. Right out. These dorm. Guys, what do you say? I'm telling y'all, this Vermentino, don't sleep on it. If you haven't gotten some lately, I think this might actually be the... Ooh, guys, you know what I just realized? This might be the last vintage of Vermentino as my mouth salivates. I don't think we're going to be working with this vineyard in the future going forward. It's either the 18, which this is, or maybe the 19. This is at least one of the last vintages we'll ever have of this wine. I just remembered that. Just saying, you know what to do if you're in this. Right out the storm. You guys got it right. But first up, I have to give a shout to Katie Massey Sautel. Right out the storm. You are the winner of round one. Congratulations. Ride out the storm, guys. Ride out the storm with wine and friends like my buddy Weinelson. Keeps me company. Okay, round two, guys, coming up. You ready? Got 2 more rounds. Round two coming up in the comments. Round two. Hits. Justice. Dupe. Hit came. I'm going to take a drink. You should too. Let's see who gets round two of What'd he say? Guys, indeed, we have a Lisa Flick winner today. First in the comments. Guys, it's just a stupid game. Okay, let's see if you can see it again. Hits justice, stupid came. Hits justice, stupid came. It's just a stupid game. Well done, Lisa Flick. You got it. And I see Sarah. Yes, well done. Aaliyah, Jeffrey, you guys, David, Kate, Brian, y'all are getting the right answer. Okay, last round of the day, guys. Round three might be the hardest one before we do these three things to wrap us up. Round three going in the comments right now. Round three. I pillow fizz sigh. I pillow fizz sigh. Telling y'all, go get some of this 18 Vermentino. I'm gonna have this with my pasta tonight. Ooh. Lisa says, I apologize. Mark says, I philosophize. Nope. We got some wrong answers in the comments. Nobody has got any. Guys, this round three is the tough one, apparently. See how long let's see if I keep reading it off. Maybe somebody will get it. Ann says, I drink and I know things. Nope. Rinda says, I apologize. Nope. I don't apologize for this game at all. What he say is great. I love this game. I pillow fizz eye. I pillow fizz eye. I pillow. I pillow fizz eye. If nobody gets it in the next 5 seconds, I'm going to have to shut her down and tell you what it is. Last chance. Nobody's going to get this round? Oh, my gosh. You know who I think knows the answer? That's right. Weinelson. Weinelson got it right, guys. The correct answer, apple of his eye. Apple of his eye. I pillow of his eye. I pillow of his eye. Apple of his eye. Guys, you got it. All right. It's time for these three things to wrap this up. Thanks for playing today. We had quite a few winners, plenty of losers on that last round. Sorry. Weinelson took it from all of you. Time for these three things to wrap this up. I'm going to drop these in the comments. And then Weinelson is going to cheers us out. Bam! You guys know I always got three things to tell you. Number one, virtual tasting is this Saturday, like it has been. You do not want to miss the 1516 Clink Sangio vertical. For the wine nerds out there, you know that means same vineyard, same grape, different years. So you actually can compare how the vintages made different wine. So go get virtual tasting pack for this weekend. I can't remember. I think this is number 8. Virtual tasting pack 8. Clink Sangio Vertical. Don't miss it. Links in there. Mom's Day. Guys, newsflash. Mom's Day Sunday. Go get it. 4-pack there, $95. 4 wines, shipping included. Take care of mom. Give her some wine. Remember that Alta Loma Sangiovese Rosé I had yesterday is in that pack. So if you want to buy one for mom and for yourself, nobody's going to tell. Tomorrow, we're going to be drinking 16 Robert Clay Merlot, and my special guest is Daniela DeSuta. Y'all, Daniela DeSuta is going to talk about why Cab is so out and Syrah is so in. You heard that right. Cabernet Sauvignon is so out and Syrah is so in. So if you want to be here tomorrow for the controversy that we're going to start, don't miss it. 5 o'clock right here. Time for the cheers. Weinelson, take it away, sir. I agree, man. It is definitely time to go back and cheers the first responders, the folks who've been taking care of us, the doctors, the nurses, the EMS, the fire, all the first responders. We haven't talked about them in a while, and they are continuing to crank to take care of all of us. Well done, Weinelson. I agree with that, guys. Cheers. It's been an incredible happy hour. Hopefully you learned something about Aligoté. Thanks for joining Wine Wednesday. Thank you, Weinelson. We will see you tomorrow right here at 5 o'clock.